Alright guys, Man United and Newcastle, or Newcastle and Man United as I should say, have just drawn 1-1. Brilliant game to watch. I thought with the chances that Newcastle had, they probably should have won the game. They got an early goal through Saint-Maximin. It was a brilliant finish from him. He did well to take it past Harry Maguire and get the shot off, even though he was falling to the ground. And he did catch David De Gea out. De Gea wasn't expecting him to take the shot. And he didn't get the cleanest connection, but he managed to somehow go into the far corner. And that made it 1-0. And for the rest of the half, United just failed to really create anything much, to be honest. There were very few moments in the first half where you thought United looked like they were going to score. But yeah, and then in the second half, Saint-Maximin had a chance that he had to score. The ball was whipped in after a superb piece of play by, it was either Emil Kraft at right back or might have been Ryan Fraser. I think it was Kraft though. And brilliant cross, and Saint-Maximin stuck a leg out, and he's got a poor connection on it. He's had a lot of the goals away in that, and it's gone straight into David De Gea. Had to do better with that one. But it remained 1-0, and then Cavani had a couple of decent chances. He scuffed the first one, then the second one he also had blocked, and then he scuffed his second attempt at the second chance. But somehow it managed to squeeze through one of the defenders' legs and somehow go into the bottom corner. It was a very lucky goal, I think that's fair to say. But Newcastle, right at the end, possibly could have won. Jacob Murphy he cut back inside after a failed cross and hit the post, then bounced out from the post to Miguel Almiron, and Almiron tried to bend it top corner. David De Gea produced a brilliant save to save it. But yeah, I think once again it's not a good look for Man United tonight, because Newcastle are in the relegation zone. They're in the thick of it, and I thought Newcastle were the better side tonight, if anything. I know possession stats will tell you otherwise, but the best chances did fall to Newcastle. And United in the first half, it looked just dead a bit in attack. It's a weird formation that Rangnick's got them playing. 4-2-2-2. It doesn't, when you visualise it, it doesn't work, does it? 4 at the back, yeah, that's fine. 2 sitters. In the first half, Fred and McTominay, even with the 2 sitters, it just it seemed far too easy for Newcastle to get through the midfield. Saint-Maximin in particular. And then you've got 2 attacking midfielders behind 2 forwards. It doesn't seem to work. I just find it very strange. He did make a couple of changes at half time, bringing on Cavani and Sancho for Greenwood and Fred. And that, even then, the change of formation that brought, it went from a 4-2-2-2 to a 4-1-3-2. And that formation, it seems to be like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tactics. Just throw the forward attacking players on and hope for the best in the second half. And thankfully it did work. They did get quite lucky in the end. Newcastle did miss a couple of good chances in the second half. But no, it's really not a good look for Man United. But for Newcastle, I think they'll probably, if anything, be a bit disappointed that they didn't get all 3 points, because they played really well. It was a lot of there was a lot of pressing going on, a lot of high tempo. The atmosphere from the fans was great. Joe Linton, in particular, now looks very good over the past few games in midfield. It seems to be that he's finally found his position in the Newcastle team, because he started off as a striker, as a number 9. That didn't really work. His goal record was awful in his first season. Then last season, Steve Bruce sort of pushed him on the left-hand side in a 5-4-1. And again, it worked a bit better, but he can't really. He's not the great carrier of the ball, Joe Linton. Whenever he's running with it, it looks a bit like you've got a centre back running forwards with the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not a natural dribbler. Far from it. But in midfield, where he played sort of like a number 8 role today, it suited him a lot more, because he's very good at breaking up play, and he is a hard worker. That is one of his strengths. And yeah, he did play very well today. John Joe Shelby also had a good game, nearly scored a very good long-range goal. And obviously Saint-Maximin played very well. But also Ryan Fraser, I thought, had a good game as well. I thought when I first watched Fraser in his first couple of seasons at Bournemouth, I thought he was a very good player. But I found it a bit disappointing, and I can see why Bournemouth fans aren't happy with him now, because it did seem as though he wasn't putting the effort in, especially the season Bournemouth did go down. Which, you know, it would be a bit annoying as a football fan. But he seemed really up for it today, and yeah, he had a good game. Most of the Newcastle players had played quite well today. It's just United at the moment. They just seem to be a bit all over the place. Like even their last game against Norwich, I think that was their last league game. They didn't play very well in that. They won the game with a penalty, but I thought Norwich had some. They let Norwich have quite a few good chances in that game without creating loads of chances themselves. The Crystal Palace game, they played quite well, but it's not looking like a massive improvement under Ralph Rangnick from Solskjaer. It looks a bit more defensively solid, but still not great. I can't see them getting Champions League this season. I think if I was predicting right now, I'd have them 6th in the final table. I'd probably put Arsenal 4th, Tottenham 5th, United 6th, and West Ham 7th, because West Ham do look like they're really struggling at the moment. But yeah, what else? I think Rashford just doesn't look. It's something just looks missing from Rashford a little bit. Greenwood, I'm still not sure what Greenwood's best position is really, because this season he seems to be very hot and cold. I don't know if that's because Ronaldo being in the team sort of doesn't help him. Apparently he's supposed to be a number 9. Like, he's a very good striker at the ball. He's a very good finisher. A lot of people compare him to Robin van Persie. I can sort of see it, I guess, but yeah, he just doesn't seem to have a position that is set for him, where he consistently plays well. But yeah, also I think Ronaldo was slightly lucky to stay on the pitch. I can't remember when it was, but he produced, well, if we're being honest, fairly dangerous tackle on, I think it was Ryan Fraser. He just, I think, yeah, he got the ball, but with his left foot, it's going through, and he's completely follow through and studs up. It could have easily been a red card, I think. So he was slightly lucky. But yeah, another disappointing performance from Man United, I guess. But yeah, Newcastle, it's a good performance, but again, they'll be a bit disappointed they didn't take all 3 points considering how the game did go. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.